gotta make sure you're covered. I'm talking about enterprise-grade security built into your site and fully managed for you. Check this out. First up, prevention. The Wix platform is secure by design. Security experts are in the dev process, performing threat modeling, penetration tests, and designing code reviews. And you get a strong encryption for your data in transit and data at rest. E-com sites? Wix is compliant with the highest level of PCI DSS, and it doesn't stop there. The top international privacy and security regulations, they're all in place. You see, it's all about staying ahead of the game with real-time detection. Wix security never sleeps. Never. 24/7, 365. The Security Operations Center is on a mission to monitor and hunt down threats. Plus, anti-DDoS protection, data analysis, machine learning. And let's not forget, the #1 rule in cybersecurity is nobody is 100% unhackable. That's why Wix goes all out with a bug bounty program for independent security researchers, aka ethical hackers. And that's not all. It's time for response. Even in the unlikely event of an extreme situation, your business stays up and running. The IR team gets it done. They're trained to act fast, and there's a BCP for reliable continuation and smooth recovery. So look, you take care of business. Security's on Wix.
Looking to build a chatbot for your website? On Fiverr, you can find AI experts who will quickly and easily develop one to suit your needs. Doesn't matter if you're an eyewear brand, a real estate agency, or even a yoga studio. Elevate any kind of business with AI experts and build your chatbot today on Fiverr.
I wish I found some better sounds no one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice that sang some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. I was told when I get older all my fears would shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out.
A wider smile brightens more than just your teeth. Colgate Optic White's unique hydrogen peroxide technology is engineered to remove deeper stains for a visible difference in just 3 days. So you can live life to the brightest.
The search for your next where to starts here at chasetravel.com.
I've been painting every fence I know, every color bleeds into the same. 'Cause before you go and walk away, yeah, you better know where you're going. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. You're a wonder, just like me. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Yeah, you better know where you're going. Yeah, you better know where you're I've been painting every fence I know, every color bleeds into the same. 'Cause before you go and walk away, yeah, you better know where you're going. Hey, yeah, you're a wonder, just like me. Hey, yeah, you better know where you're going. You're a wonder, just like me. Yeah, you better know where you're going. Yeah, you better know where you're going. Yeah, you better know where you're going. You're a wonder, just like me. Yeah, you better know where you're
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to SIRL Supercross. Tonight in the booth, we got my man Beverage. How we doing, sir? Definitely excited. Yeah, tonight we're actually gonna be taking a look at our 250 class. Over the past, we've been running a lot of the 450 classes by request. We did get asked to stream 250s tonight. Obviously, we are in beautiful sunny Foxborough, right? Um, yep. Yep. Yeah, very excited to see these guys battle their hearts out for this overall. Like you said, Panda leading that point, but Ethan really not too far behind. I mean, as we've seen in the past, only a few mistakes can really be a big difference in this series. Pretty much everybody that's racing this class is very fast and has the potential to be a number one spot tonight. So yeah, definitely cannot slack off at all. Oh, yep. And I just caught that. They can't hear you. Let me see if I can change this up. Good catch. Thank you for calling that out. So go ahead and talk now.
Are we good now? Chat, let us know.
I believe we are.
I think we're good.
Yep,
there
it
she
is.
is. Beauty. Love to see it. Thank you guys for sticking with us. Apologize for that.
And
But
once
yep.
again, just testing, trying new things, seeing if we can bring the best quality streams to you guys. And obviously, it comes with some mistakes here and there.
It's all good. That's just part of it. Amateur streamers. We're getting better at it. Don't hate on them too much. All right. Ready to hop into one of these heat races?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, we'll kick it on
Okay.
over. Let's take a look and see if we can find some gear sets.
Yeah, so like we were saying earlier, before you guys could hear me, we're just doing 250 tonight. Gonna take a break from looking at the 450 action. We will keep you updated though on how those results are going. Looking at the points, we got Panda of the Race GFX team, 124 points for him, 2 wins on the season, and he's got a nice 27-point gap over that man Ethan of the AEO team. And then he's going to be followed up by Caden of the Phil's team, only 3 points back of him. So, top 3 are still in the battle, going to the very end as we take a look at that beautiful Normscope bike. Look at that thing.
Yeah, that thing is sweet. I believe that is one of the military appreciation bikes.
That thing is sick. I love it.
I know I saw Chol around here somewhere. As he's ripping around. There he is. He's on that American flag bike with the all-white gear as he heads back to the pits.
Heading straight back. But yep, just looking at our 250 East, I believe we got 2 more rounds in the series left to decide a champion. So it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top here tonight. Like I said, Panda is our points leader, but Ethan was our fastest qualifier on the night, running a 52.5. One of the fastest people on the track, even between the 450 class. I mean, he was ripping here tonight. So let's see if he can transfer that over to the main events in a couple hours.
Just kind of reading chat. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, guy Ricky is pro, but makes mistakes every weekend.
That's true. That's
very
valid.
true. Very true. Got the Normsco guys talking strategy back in the pits there.
Chat, how was your weekend? Let us know. Hope it was fantastic, and hope this is a great cap to it here on this Sunday night.
Got Panda's helmet.
Did Ethan actually get banned? Let me check.
Ooh, I wonder. Was that talks of the cutting the whoops
The whoops
conversation?
that may have done it.
There is conversation around it. If you did not see the announcement from Pressure, if you are caught cutting the whoops, whether that be heat races, LCQ, main event, you will be disqualified and you will be booted from the season. So and from the series. So do not be using that cheater line. Obviously, nobody likes cheaters. Takes the fun out of the video game. We want to be as most realistic as possible, and yeah, as Stumpy's saying, he did cut the whoops in quali. I don't know if that's confirmed or not on our side, but I'm definitely going to take your word for it there.
I did see Ethan W. was caught racing. Wanted to get a few extra gate drops in. Is normally on our west side of the series and decided to try to race the east tonight, so they caught him. But did not see anything about Ethan from AEO, so got to keep our eyes out on that.
Yeah, just kind of taking a look though as we're waiting for these heat races to get up and running. Obviously, we're looking here into Heat 2. Panda was that fastest qualifier with that 53.5. Handy Packs with a 54.2. Giro with a 54.7. Dirt's 54.9. So everybody's relatively close in points. Or in the qualifying time. As riders are heading down to the gate here.
Get this thing lined up for our first heat race of the night. Like you said, this is our heat race number 2. Heat race number 1 is going to be going on simultaneously. But who you got for this whole shot?
I'm taking the man Chol.
All right.
He is he's an animal at starts. Oh.
Got edged right there. Oh, they're right back to it. All right. Love to see it.
I was like, oh, did I just lose connection? Oh, looks good. All right.
I think we're good to go. I'm gonna go with that man. I'm gonna go Juro. Haven't seen him out here in a while. I think he can get a good start. So we see a lot of KTM's on the right side of the doghouse. Seems like the bike of choice here in the 250 classes. We're getting things ready for round number 6 of the 250 East class. Heat race number 2 from East Rutherford is underway. A good start from a lot of the KTM's on the inside. Panda pulls a big wheelie going down. And it is going to be that man, Handy Packs, coming through on the Husky. Going on, off. And he is going to pull a massive gap over the rest of the field as they are all going to slot in just behind us. Handy Packs on that Sleb Creations ride, followed by McGlovin. Shout out Superbad.
I was going to say.
Love to see that.
McGlovin, red with the Normsco King with arrows. Going to tangle up a few people as we have the rest of the pack coming through that hairpin turn. That turn is tricky. I'm sure we'll see a lot of aggressive passes later on.
Yeah.
A bunch of people going cartwheeling.
They're trying to go. Some people rolled the triple and some people still decide to go for it. Panda rolled it. Luckily did not get landed on, but he's following up behind that man, Juro. Not the start that Panda wanted on the night for the Race GFX team, but he's got Dum Banks just in front of him as he makes a little contact. Going to lose a few spots in the sand.
Does look like Cooper's going to get around Handy Packs. They're battling for this early lead.
Yeah. Cooper dives down the inside but has to roll. Gets caught on one of those ruts. And, I mean, these ruts here special are gnarly
Yeah.
compared
Yeah.
to a lot of the Supercross tracks.
You know, it's funny, and as Cooper not able to get over the finish line there, it's actually going to let King get around him on the outside. Interesting line. Definitely a interesting track. Obviously, like you said, these ruts are pretty gnarly, and with how this track is designed, it's very technical, very easy to make a mistake, as we see handy packs get a little squirrely after that on-off. I actually think the 250s have a much better chance of running clean laps than the 450 class does, actually.
Yeah, I could see that for sure too. I think the 250 lines are much easier, but I mean, as we were seeing, it's tough to get over some of these big triples and the finish line jump. So we saw people rolling that.
Zertz, Cooper, and King go
Oh!
3 wide. Nobody falls.
How did he not go down through a 180, little fakey in the rhythm section, and allows King to get back by, but stays on 2 wheels. So it's Handy Packs, followed by Juro of the Shore Visuals XAEO team, King of the Aero team, holding strong, one of the only Cowies out here tonight, followed by Cooper, the Vision MX, and Zertz going through the whoops. They're heading straight in. A little sketchy. Oh, hanging on to it. Going to slot back into the same position. Zertz decides to roll and head to the inside. I do think the ruts allow you to get a little bit more creative than normal with your lines.
I definitely agree with that. Yeah, this turn down here is we're just seeing a few of these guys, whether it's inside or going outside here, as we see yeah, I don't know which one's faster or not. That it definitely breeds some great racing, and as we get closer to the main event, it's definitely going to be really fun to watch these guys kind of navigate their way through, and as the E-Road kicks up, if they're going to be choosing different lines or if they're going to try and muscle their way through some of those beat down lines.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to make it interesting. That E-Road always comes into effect, especially with these new OEMs and how chopped out it gets. How you see kind of holes are formed. Oh, as Zertz pulls out a front flip. He still clips the top. Allows Panda to get by, though. Coming through the whoops there,
Ooh, Cooper.
battling.
It's a little squirrely.
Yep.
Panda's going to get around him as well. And I just got to do a quick shout out here. It didn't pop up on stream, I don't think. But Ketchup with the subscription. Thank you, brother. Really appreciate
shout out
that.
Ketchup.
Yeah. I
Love
could
to see it.
always love the support from the homies. Obviously, like I've made mention in the past, any support that you guys give us just gives us the ability to give you that much better content. And as I'm talking about that, Zertz and Cooper battling it out, both going to go down. It's actually going to allow Cade to get around both of them, and Sauce is going to be right on the rear fender. Zertz not getting over the finish line again. This is definitely going to hurt him, as he is almost looking at battling for a qualifying spot. There's McLovin, Red, and Chol chasing him down. McLovin holding that last qualifying spot, as we see on track, as he cases the triple hard. Red's going to give him the business.
Yeah, Red runs him high. And like you were saying, top 9 straight through to the main. You do not want to be in these LCQs, even though they're not as full as in real life. Only got about 15 in this heat and a couple in heat number 1. You still do not want to take any chance and end up in those LCQs. So Red making some moves, going to try to get by Cated as well.
Give himself
for that number 8 spot.
Yeah, give himself a little bit of room, as we see Chol starting to make a charge. Definitely does not want to go to that LCQ like you were just mentioning. Yeah, those LCQs, I mean, it's everybody's out for blood. There is no friends when you get to that. And did we just see Chol DC?
Yeah, he missed a timing gate and was a lap down, and I think he just realized, so he called it a night, headed back to the pits, and he's going to go get ready for that LCQ we were just talking about. But how about this? Handy Pack still out front as he's making a mistake as we cut right to him. Got Juro still right there hounding on him as they're going to come across the line through this rhythm section one more time. And over the finish line jump, white flag is going to wave here in heat race number 2 on the night. Juro's actually going to get it on cuts right now, so he's got to stay right where he is if he wants this heat race to win. King still grinding out here with Panda, our points leader for the Race GFX team.
These guys
They're
absolutely
grinding.
flying.
Yeah, they're still moving. As Panda's going to scrub down and head to the inside. Doesn't quite make the move yet, but he's going to set up a line through the whoops. Looked like he actually clipped the back of King and lost a lot of momentum. Fortunately, he's going to have to settle behind him. All right, the battle out front, though, one last time. Handy's going to try to send it over top. I like that line. Using that little ledge on the tabletop to send it over the next one. And he's going to dive down the inside, and he's going to take your heat race number 2 win. Handy Packs gets it done. Gerald going to come across the line for second for SIRL Visuals, and then Panda did end up making the pass on King, it looks like, and he's going to come across the line third. So your points leader looking good. Was able to make his way through the pack. Let's see what he can do with a better start.
Ooh, Zerts goes down. Can actually hand away that that number 5 spot. And maybe even the 6th.
McGlovin just went down. He's going to lose your final spot. Qualifying straight to the main. He's in a battle with Dom Binks and Sauce as he goes down again in the final corner. And that gives the final spot to Dom Binks on the Yami. The 422 going to head straight through to the main event and send Sauce and McGlovin to that LCQ.
Yeah, what a phenomenal ride. Hey, that means that just shows that you can never back off. You got to stay in it to win it. And obviously a few mistakes that we see for McLovin's can actually allow 2 people to get by, and one of them is going to be taking that 9th spot and not going to that LCQ. Obviously McLovin and Sauce going to be some pretty strong contenders coming into that LCQ, though.
Mm-hmm. And they got to watch out for Turbo and Shaw as well, who retired out of this race, but they're fast enough for sure to make it to the mains. So got to keep our eyes out on that. But that's going to do it for heat race number 2. What'd you think about that one?
That was an awesome race. I mean, it really showed some different line creativity like we saw down in that turn before the sand. And then obviously some of the big rhythms, Handy Packs being able to get up and over that table. That's definitely a fast line that we don't see very often. It's not the most consistent, but can really make a difference when it comes to making that pass for maybe a moto win, maybe even the overall. So we'll definitely have to see.
And like we were talking about too with that E-Road, the ability to take different lines through these rhythm sections, especially on a 250 and underpowered 250, it's going to be key here tonight.
I mean, just in that quick heat race, look at some of these turns already.
Yeah.
They're already
out.
starting to get chewed down just a little bit.
I can't imagine the whoops. The whoops are going to get gnarly by the end of this 15-minute +2 race. I mean, they already are formed like when they were pre-built by Stone Rider himself. They kind of got ledges and a little bit of unevenness to them, and it's only going to get worse through this main event.
This turn right after it, too.
Yeah, I mean, look at that.
Bumps. And it's, I mean, just that quick heat race, that turn is already getting chewed up. It's critical to make this inside line as well after that on-off.
Yeah. I will say this track is much better with the new front ends that you can actually get into ruts. I will admit, I did not like this track when it first came out, but it's much better now. Dum Binks sliding in the chat. Phew, barely made it, he says. Love to see it. Right until the end, I love to see the battle.
Kicking on back to the booth here as we get ready for the LCQ.
27 people hanging out with us here tonight. We appreciate it. Hope you're having a fantastic Sunday, and hope this is a good start to your week next week.
Gonna say I always loved either racing or streaming these races Sunday night. Kind of puts a little bit of a smile on my face before going to work on Monday.
Absolutely, I agree. Especially if my fantasy team doesn't do too well.
Right.
It's a way to make up for it.
See if If my overlay works in here, if we can't get Ketchup sub in here. There it goes. Little shout out to the homie once again. Thanks, brother.
Open up that Twisted Tea and let Bev out. It's crazy, Cog.
Just trying to take a look, see if we have an LCQ list up yet. Some big names in here: Lagan, Turbo, Chol, Misal, Game, and Sauce, McLovin.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big names in this LCQ.
Yeah. And how about this? Looking at our other heat race number 1, the one that we were not able to stream for you. Looks like Patron took the win in that one. Let me get you the full list here. Yeah, so heat race that we missed out on, heat race number 1 for the 250 East class. Patron took the win, followed by Stumpy coming in that number 2 ride. He's back to the game. Love to see it. Ford Shot for the Cold Hearts team came in 3rd. Dr. Geo in 4th. Mando came in 5th. So yeah, it does look like Ethan from AEO was ejected from the series. The man who was second in points got caught skipping sections of the track and got the ban hammer. Hate to see it, but I mean, that's what happens when you deserve it.
It's what rules are rules, and obviously if you are taking those cheater lines, you will definitely catch the repercussions of it.
For sure. Yeah, Mando came in 5th, Corbin in 6th, Mega Slab in 7th, Carbon in 8th, and Webby in 9th, taking that final transfer spot straight to the mains. And we're going to have some big boys in the LCQ, including Lagan. Surprised to see Lagan all the way down there. No, he is faster than that.
It looks like he had about 5 seconds of cuts as well.
Yeah.
Probably some interesting racing come that one, but it did look like Patron able to get 13-second lead on second. Obviously, that was a much more commanding win than what we saw. Just kind of taking a look, it does look like the LCQs are going up here, so go ahead and jump straight into those.
It. Yeah.
I know Pressure loves to run a tight ship around here, get everybody to bed on a reasonable time.
Love to see it. I know no people complain about that. Looking at our 450 class, since we're not going to be able to get to it here tonight, Cloud took the heat race win in heat race 1. And then Chase took it in heat race 2, followed by Coxie, your points leader, finishing up 2nd in heat race 2. So that main event is going to be really good by the end, and going to be very interesting to see who walks out with the points lead as our man Coxie and Neon are in a battle.
Yeah, just looking at the LCQ for the 450s. Yeah, as chat's saying, some bigger names inside of that. Got Ben C in there, Dizzle, Cog is actually in there.
Wow.
With the Normsco owner. Shout out to Cog. He's one of the homies.
Making the races. Love to see it.
He actually was I think he was I hate to say it, but the first loser heading to the LCQ.
Oh.
I don't know what heat race he did run. Yeah, he ran heat race number 1, finishing in that 10th spot, just outside of Austin Crank with the Pro Precision team there.
Damn. Hate to see it. Hopefully he can get it done. Same with that man Shaw in the 250 LCQ. Let's see if he can get it done for the Normsco. I've seen a couple lagging in the chat. I know Lagan wants to get it done. He for sure wants to make it through. Same with Lloydie of the Sure Visuals ex-AEO team. Some big names in this race.
Turbo calling Lagan out there. He said Lagan going to be winning, then crash, and then retire. And there's Bryce.
Yep, there it is. We're just not going to read that one out loud. Otherwise, that would get us banned on twitch.tv. We're just gonna skip over that one.
Always love having the man in here, but
Yeah, you don't want Saucy and him in here. Look at that!
Dean, brother,
Shout out that man, Dean. Our other co-host.
how
Killing
many is
it.
5?
5.
Brother, thank you. Like I said before, those all go to basically just making this a better stream, better community. Obviously, doing everything we can to bring the best high quality streaming to you guys. All of those subs, everything that you guys do for us just in the chat, we always try and relay that back. So huge shout out to Dean. Thank you, brother. Definitely appreciate it. Dean, I'm assuming that you're working tonight, and that's why you're not in the booth with us.
I would assume from the no response, I would agree. Yep. There it
Yeah.
is. Hate to see it.
Look at that. He's got 3 emblems by his name there.
I know.
Moderator. He's a founder. He actually was the first subscriber to the special media channel, and now is sitting number 2 as the gifter leader. Actually, Joman's still holding on to that number 1
How
spot.
about that?
Bryce, thank you, sir. Yes, Dean, you're number 2. Joman actually has you on the leaderboard. I think y'all are actually tied technically.
Technically, yeah.
We got Bryce coming in with the tier 1 sub. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Ready to get this heat race underway.
Dean drops 2 more.
I knew it was coming. I ain't never second place, baby.
Oh, Bryce.
Oh my god.
Bryce with
See,
a
that's
10.
Yeah, that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to get into a sub battle with Bryce, that's for sure. I ain't being that, he says.
He's only got you by 3, though. Big shout out to the man, Bryce. Always love having you in the chat. You always make us laugh up here in the booth. Once again, thank you guys.
All right, now that we got some time, who do you got for this LCQ win? And then who's your whole shot?
Once again, I always got to say, the man Chol knows how to put laps down. It's just a matter of, obviously, if he misses the timing gate, unfortunately, like we saw in that heat race. Dr. Gio, we are watching the 250 LCQ. So I definitely, I would probably put my money on Chol here, but I think I got to go with chat. I think Lagan is going to grab that early hole shot. Obviously, top 4 are going to be moving on to the main. Dean comes out with Moore's gifted, takes that number 1 spot back.
Fuck you, Bryce. Oh, man.
Thank you, guys.
Quick payday for that man special.
Hey, like I said, I plan on everything that basically comes off of this is just rolling it right back in.
Yeah, going right back in. Love to see it.
So you guys you're just paying for a better experience. You're not paying for meals for me. Splash asking if he can get in the booth. We've talked about this, Splash. You know the answer. Price with another 5. Taking that step back.
See, they're
from
coming
Dean.
into a... Oh, I finally got gifted one. Love to see it. Thank you, Bryce. Yeah, I'm done. They going sub for sub, as my man Dr. Gio says. Love to see it. Appreciate all the support, you guys.
Yeah, no, thank you guys. Like I said, this definitely means a lot. Love having the homies hanging out with us. Super Puncher band for band.
Bam for bam. Yeah. As we're getting things lined up, here's the
Already
whole
going off. Yep.
for the LCQ here tonight. 250. I'm gonna go. You took my man from me. I was gonna go with. Where is he at? I was gonna go with Laggin from the Sure Visuals team, but you know what? I'm gonna go with McLovin.
Ooh, we definitely saw some good speed from him.
Yeah. Let's see if he can use that on the start. Now, I would love to see our man Shaw get the LCQ win here, but he's got to keep it on 2 wheels and get through this first corner if he's going to do it. As the 15-second card is up for the 250 LCQ from East Rutherford. Revs are up. 4 make it through. Everybody else is sitting in the stands. Who's going to get it done?
Gate is down. Chol with a strong jump.
Oh!
Gonna get a little tangled.
He's getting connected with a few people, but he's going to push him out wide. And Charles the Normsco is going to get beat out by Lloydie. He caught the tough lock on the inside, and Lloydie takes that whole shot, but he's getting shuffled back outside the top 4. And it's McLovin in that first spot. Followed by, yeah.
Yeah, McLovin's strong start there. Just was able to get through some of that carnage. Miss all game and saw him up front as well, just dodging some of that headache that can be coming from that first few turns in MX bikes here.
Yeah.
Obviously, McLovin, Lloyd, AMD, Miss all game, and all of these guys battling it out as we see a few people make mistakes through the whoops.
Holland going down through the whoops. That allows Crum to get by. And then Chal as well of the Normsco, after almost pulling that whole shot, got sucked back in to the back of the pack. Gonna have to watch him crawl his way through. Laggin, the people's champ in the chat, is in second to last right now. He's got a lot of work to do with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this LCQ. Only getting started as McLovin is going to cross the line. First lap's done. Couple more to go if he's going to make it through.
And McLovin just trying to put some smart laps down as we see makes a little mistake, not able to get the triple, but he made the smart move. Don't go for it. Don't throw away this early lead. Obviously, top 4 move on. There's going to be some battles. As we see
Missel and Lloydie getting tangled over the Supercross triple as Miguel goes down on that triple before. Who did he take down with him? Is that Alshev? On the Honda,
later,
yeah.
But Laggin also had gone down in the whoops as well.
Oh, wow.
It actually, as we're sitting here, so we obviously got McLovin out front, AMD with AMD Designs. We got Crum and Chol with the Normsco sitting in that number 4 spot. Lloyd
and they're rolling jumps. Yeah.
Yeah, Lloyd.
Oh, as they almost get tangled. They do get tangled. Chol gets... How did he ride out of that? He wasn't even affected by that man Crum. Love to see the
rhythm didn't change.
Yeah. That MX Bikes netcode. That's why we need this new game to come out. Got to get rid of this damn netcode. But Chal keeps it on 2 wheels, and he's got Lloydie in that 4th and final spot, transferring straight through to the main if he can hang on to it. But Crum is not done yet as he goes down before the whoops. Maybe he is done. Damn.
Looks like IJV.
Yeah.
Going to be sitting just outside that number 4 spot. It's Chol and Lloyd battling it out for number 3. Looks like Lloyd's actually going to make the pass on AMD as well, going from 4th to 2nd, and realistically, one section.
How about that?
AMD
Great pass from Lloydie. Yeah.
And Chol getting by him.
Dives to that inside. They're going side by side. AMD and Shaw. Shaw has to back out of the triple in the middle of the rhythm. That's going to slow him down just a little bit, but anything to hang on to that 4th and final spot. And like you were saying, IJV 04 right there still. He's only 2 seconds back, so Any mistake happens between our top 4, he's right there to capitalize.
And we know these whip sections can be hazardous. As you see Chol get a little
Oh.
squirrely through there, makes it through clean.
Oh, is they're making more contact. How about that? Shaw is not happy sitting in this 4 spot.
A lot of people say it, but as you get into these LCQs, the top 4 go through, but nobody wants to be 4th. Everybody wants to be just a little bit further than that. You do not want to be on the chopping block as AMD gets over that table, gets around Chol. That was that line we were talking about earlier. Oh, and Chol goes down.
That's why you want that cushion right there, is because of those mistakes. And now he's got IJV right behind him, as we got 24 seconds plus 1 lap left in this LCQ. Now, if you're Cholo, you just got to take a deep breath as you see him grab onto his helmet, pulls a tear off over that finish line jump. Just has to reset and then get right back to it.
And then just on the opposite side of that, IJV here, you were letting it all hang out. Your goal here is, and he makes a mistake. Oh, unfortunate. Once again, though, it's definitely got to stay with it, as these LCQs can bring anything. But as I was saying, in that IJV spot, you just got to let it hang out. If you got to bang a little bars, you either do or die now. You're either going to be watching the main event from the stands, or you're going to be in that race.
Absolutely, yeah. You got to let it all hang out. Just send her.
And as we're taking a look back to the leaders, McLovin grabbing that white flag, still out front. He's got Lloyd just behind him. Has definitely been putting a charge through this LCQ, looking to put that Sure Visuals bike up onto the top step for this LCQ.
Yeah,
he actually
and how about
that triple?
How about that? Shaw and AMD are side by side. They make a little contact over the Supercross triple. They both ride out of it somehow. They got extremely lucky right there. Shaw made the pass on AMD, and AMD went to make it back.
Chol just trying to get it to the finish line. AMD makes a mistake. We do have IJV just at the bottom of the screen.
Yep. Any sort of cuts or any more mistakes from AMD, that could cost him his main event ride.
So we're watching McLovin and Lloyd come across this last section. Lloyd's going to make a little mistake. McLovin is going to be taking the 250 LCQ number 1 spot. Lloyd with the Sure Visual is going to be in that number 2. Chol with that Normsco team pulling it through. How about that? Taking third.
IJV is right there.
AMD.
He kind of blew that corner. Does not get it. Not enough cuts from AMD. And he is going to seal it off as IJV throws up the hand, saying good job, some good sportsmanship before he DCs out of here. So our final 4 heading to the main event. McLovin, Lloydie, Chaw 5-0 from the Normsco, and AMD of AMD Designs repping his own team.
And just the detail
putting it
here,
in the main.
You can see the air filter through the slotted box.
That is nasty. That's sweet.
Those guys over at Normsco always cooking.
Love to see the boys cooking up.
They got some amazing ideas when it comes to these bikes, and that is definitely a touch that I feel like gets overlooked a lot of times.
For sure.
But great racing. Once again, congratulations to McLovin, Lloyd, Chol, and AMD as y'all are heading to that main event. Unfortunate rides there for IJV, Sauce, Masal Gaming. Although you guys definitely don't be down on yourselves. That was a fast class. And you guys definitely held your own being up there towards the front. Go ahead and jump back to the sports booth here as we are getting ready for main events. Everybody from these LCQs are going back, washing those bikes as fast as they can, tuning anything up, putting probably a new clutch in those bikes.
And right back out. Yep.
We got Chol.
How about
those tough blocks obviously getting in his way.
I don't know if we're streaming 450 main. Are we?
Let me ask. I believe once again that they're I think they're running them together.
Okay, no problem. Just seeing a couple people in chat asking. Yeah, so looking at the results, that man Patron is going to get the first gate pick of the night on the Dookie, taking that heat race win in heat race number 1. Handy Pax took our win in heat race number 2. And Panda, our points leader, in 6th gate pick. He's going to be one to watch. Can he continue it? Especially now that his points combatant is out of the series, apparently. So, got the ban hammer.
It's going to be interesting. Obviously, the next up would be Caden there, who actually has missed a round. I know he's definitely going to be trying to hunt down Panda, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to get it done.
Yeah, is Caden even here tonight? I don't think so. I did not see him in the results, so. Unless it seems like everybody these days in MX Bikes is changing their name. So
yeah,
he may be going under a different name. I have no clue.
Trying to keep up with everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone changes their name every week, so tough to know who's who at this point. But and then obviously Cloud stepped up to the 450 and took the heat race win in the 450 class. He is sitting 4th in points, but he just decided to stay 450, and I think he's enjoying that better. So as it runs right now, Panda's pretty much got this thing locked up, but doesn't mean the rest of the series is over. People still fighting for race wins and our whole shot bonus, sponsored by Austin Crank from Pro Precision. Keeping track of all of the whole shots throughout the year, and he's going to give out a season pass at the end of it to the person with the most whole shots. Yeah, Chase, hopefully they do that in the new game. That's kind of, I was one thing, especially with it being more esports sided. I think it would be awesome for people to use their real names, like in iRacing, like a sim, kind of bit more professional.
Yeah, this new game, I was gonna bring that up in tonight's stream. What's your thoughts on that, Bev?
I think it's a great idea as long as they pull it off, and it sounds like as long as it comes out. We've seen games in the past, especially most recently, that Motocross Chasing the Dream game. I've been looking forward to that game since I heard about it 6 years ago, and it sounds like it just got canceled / delayed again. So it sounds like the awesome people, Nico, Stone Rider, JV, they all have the money apparently to finish this thing off, to finish this game and release it. So make sure you check out the website and check out the Patreon, especially if you want to support it. But I think it's a step in the right direction, especially since Poboso hardly touches this game.
Yeah,
really doesn't update it
most
much,
definitely.
So.
Yeah, I'm excited. I definitely have some reservations on certain things.
Yes, me too.
Clearly, we haven't had a ton of information come out to us, so I guess as the team kind of continues to build up on it and create maybe gameplay video or anything of that nature, that'll definitely build some more hype behind it. I'm just I'm nervous with some of the console side of things that we may just end up with another Supercross game, and I really hope that's not the case. I do have faith in a lot of those guys that are supporting it. So hopefully we have a solid game to switch over to from the MX Bikes community.
Yeah, I think they'll do a good job, and I think it'll be a step above Supercross, the game, hopefully. Especially seeing the new trailers and stuff for that game, they're just not taking it in the right direction. So I think this is a completely different avenue, and to me, it seems like an iRacing sort of service where you pay a monthly subscription to a service basically instead of an actual game. So it'll be interesting to see how they work it out, and I think it's a great idea in esports for SMX. Like if the Supercross and motocross people could get into the esports side of gaming, like we see in IMSA, for example, for or NASCAR for iRacing. Like they all have official licensed series in that game, and I think it would be a great idea to have that here.
Right, right. Yeah, and just kind of reading through chat here. Yeah, definitely Chase. I couldn't agree more. We're not supporting it until we see some gameplay. I definitely kind of agree. I feel like I'm in that same boat, making sure that we get some actual gameplay, kind of see what the game's going to look like. Then I would definitely be able to jump on board with it.
I agree.
Yeah, Stumpy said, "Don't sugarcoat it. Sugarcoat it." Barbosa is absent. Father. Yeah. Well,
He literally is. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to me too. I don't know. Obviously, they have the three best track creators in all of MX bikes. They have JV, they have Hell Machine, they have Stone Rider, and then they also have Checkers, who's made awesome tracks for almost every single motocross game at this point to make tracks. I don't know who's. I think it sounds like JVDL is doing the physics, which is going to be interesting to see. Like, I don't know who on that team is going to take over the physics side of thing and physics side of things and have trouble with that Unreal Engine 5 trying to make that thing work for a motocross game, but it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting too. I mean, the only another reservation that I have is it does kind of push, obviously those new consoles, and then also having a system that's able to run a little harder than I would say what MX Bikes needs right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it is interesting. I'm really curious to see where this goes. Obviously, the top pros, they're probably going to move over to it, especially if that becomes more of the norm.
Yeah, the esports.
Yeah, that esports side of things. I know the Normsco team's super excited. Everybody over there's waiting for this to drop. But once again, like everybody's kind of saying in the chat, definitely have to see where things are at and see some gameplay video. Joeman in the chat, what's up, brother? How we doing tonight?
What up, baby?
I got to tell you, man, you've fallen to the number 3 spot in gifted subs.
Uh-oh. Yeah, and that was my other Mordovs. That was my other question is it's a console-based game, so I don't think they're going to have mods, and they're not going to be able to unless they build it up big enough and are able to afford it to do officially licensed tracks and officially licensed bikes. So I don't really know what they're going to do. I think it's just going to be custom stuff until they can get the license from SMX or the Super Motocross people, if they can eventually do that, but I don't know. Yeah, no mods because it's going to console and licensing issues. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was just saying, Stumpy.
Yeah, and I know it's an interesting one. There's a lot of people that I don't want to say they make their livelihoods on it, but they this is their side hustle. They make gear for this game. They make bikes for this game. And obviously, if you take that away, unfortunately, you do lose some clientele. You lose a bit of the community just on the creative side.
Yep, exactly. And I think they'll make it work to. I hope that they don't have it behind a paywall, but I think they could do something like what the F1 games or what what's another good example? Like the MotoGP games where you can go and download skins from a hub almost like download helmet skins and stuff. I think that would be a great idea, and I think they could for sure do that, but it's just going to be interesting with all the licensing stuff how that works out. A lot of me and Bryce were talking about it. A lot of things have to go right for this game to work, and I believe in them, but it's just going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, most definitely. But again, if that's the way the community's going, definitely they got my support.
Yeah, and I love to see them trying to.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Doing something different. So
they're trying to better the community. They're trying to give us a game that has the attention that it needs. Obviously, everybody here that is playing this game. I mean, we have hundreds of signups to almost every race every week. So it's exciting to see that
He's
they're
there. Yeah,
moving that way, and there is still attention to this community.
exactly.
I would
But
agree with that too. Chase just said, hoping that it's not a cash grab, hoping that everybody stays very transparent. I agree. I think
yes, I agree.
coming into some of the dev notes and things of that nature, I really hope that they kind of strive to stay on top of it, and kind of hang out with us and give us those updates that we would all be looking for. Also, Joel, brother, got the 5
How
gifted
about that?
subs.
Makes the main, spends a little bit of that bread that he's gonna make here tonight on us here up in the booth. Appreciate it, Shaw. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking too, Stumpy. I'm like, it's like damn near $1 million just to make a somewhat decent game. And so apparently they say they have the money for it to apparently this Patreon is just like furthering the development. Apparently they have enough money and enough budget to release it. Um and this is just going to be for added features and stuff, but it's going to be very interesting. I too agree, Chase. I really hope that it's not like a cash grab. I could see it being something like iRacing where when they eventually do it, I hope that every track isn't locked behind a paywall like it is right now for bikes. I think it would help the accessibility and stuff. If you're going to be paying per month for this service, that you get the tracks and bikes and stuff for free.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm really curious on how they plan on going about a lot of this stuff. Like I said, I'm very open minded. If that's the way the community's going, that's probably the way that this channel is going to be moving to as well. Definitely plan on sticking with the whole MXB racing, even if it's not MXB. They said, and the competitive scene is going to cost 42, which I'm not super fan. So yeah, I think the game's going to be right around that $40 mark. And then my guess is that monthly 42 a month. I don't know if that's
Holy
actually
shit.
been released
That's
at all
crazy.
yet. I don't know if we
Wow.
have inside information right there, or
I really hope it's not that much. That's insane. But I mean, if you look at like Assetto Corsa, Competizione, I know they're car games, but it's kind of the most comparison we have, or the best comparison we have. They don't even have a monthly subscription. iRacing is $13 a month.
yeah, right
But
around that $10 a month. I can
yeah,
definitely see. But as Chase is saying here, $500 a year or $42 a month. I think you're gonna see a massive drop off, except maybe
yeah,
your top 10 guys.
yeah, exactly. I mean, and
Yeah, go
isn't
ahead.
it their goal to be more accessible when, especially with them moving it to console? Like, I think charging that much for it would be a bad thing, but just my
Let's
opinion.
take a look, see if everybody's synced in. Looks like it, right?
I don't know. I've heard some different numbers, Mordovs, on how much it's worth. I would bet it's easily probably a couple million at this point, which doesn't sound like a lot for a video game, but when it's made by one person, Poboso's raking in some bank with
Pressure, I
this
saw
game.
you in the chat there. It looks like everybody is here. Looks like we are good to roll. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you're good. No, go ahead.
But yeah, most definitely interested in to see kind of how this thing all plays out, and if we do have a new game coming out that's gonna be fun. Said kind of change it
Yeah.
up a little bit, give people something a little different.
Yeah.
But as we get ready to drop this game for the 250 main event on the East Coast, taking a look down the rider list, chat, who do we got taking the main event win tonight? Got a few heavy hitters in here. Patron took that win in that heat number 1. Handy Packs winning that heat number 2. Got some.
But the 15-second card is up here for round number 6 of the 250 East class. Gate is down from East Rutherford. A couple KTMs on the inside get a good start. And who is it going to be coming across the line first? It looks like Handy Packs able to oppo his way onto that table and pull another great start. Similar to what he did in the heat race. Stumpy right there, followed by Cooper and Shaw. As Shaw, straight from the LCQ, the 4 spot is going to come across the line second in this main event. Where is Patron? Where is our other title combatants? As everyone is getting all set up. Panda is buried in the pack right now. He is 17th, our points leader. Has a lot of work ahead of him as we start this 15-minute plus 1 lap race.
And Patron is behind him as well.
Wow, how about that?
Buried.
Yeah.
As we're still seeing some carnage on this lap number 1. But we do have Stumpy actually out into the lead. Got around Handy Packs. Chol barking on the door of Handy Packs.
Hang on to it, Shaw.
Cooper
There
running in that number 4 spot. 4 shot in 5th.
Yep, right behind him. And they got Webby, Mando, Juro, Red of the Norms Co. all right there. They're all getting slotted in, but it is still Stumpy out front on that privateer ride. It looks like he took a bit of a break from the game, came back, and he's starting right off where he wants to, out front. That Dookie is not doing Patron any favors. Had to kickstart that thing back up. 19th right now. Panda has found his way all the way up to 8th. Making quick work of the pack as he slides by Lloydie of the Sure Visuals team as well. As they enter into the sand.
Chol into that number 2 Handy Packs, falling off a little bit, falling back to that number 5 spot. As Zertz is looking to make his way around him as well. Could we see a Chol with the Normsco team out front? Looks like he's going to make a little mistake. 4 shot makes a mistake as well.
Yeah, getting sketchy. And how about this? We got a battle between 5 people right now for the race lead. Stumpy heading down the straight, followed by Cooper, Chol, Handy Pack, Zertz. And the whole rest of the field as well. All battling for this final podium.
Ooh, somebody goes flying. 4 shot goes flying off after that triple.
Yeah.
Handy Packs also making a mistake through the whoops, able to get a pretty clean re-entry as Zertz, Cooper, and Chol battling out for the number 2. Zertz tucks the front coming across the start straight.
Yep, and that allows Handy Packs of the Sleb Creations ride right back by on that Husky. And here comes that man, Panda, the points leader. Going to slot to the inside line, make the pass on Handy Packs, and he is done messing around. He is on his way to the front of the pack. But he's got still quite a few people to make his way by. Oh, his Handy Packs in him almost get together through the rhythm section. Chol
gets landed on by Handy Packs. Let's jump on over on board with you. Take a look at what we got going on.
We'll run you through our field right now. So Stumpy heading his way into the whoops, still out front. Cooper on that vision ride, battling with his teammate Zertz. 4, 2, and 3. And then here is Panda, your points leader, as he gets by. Who was that? That was Zertz going down. So Cooper up into the 2 ride, Panda into the 3. And then Shaw 5-0 picking himself back up in the 4th spot. Was the 4th person through the LCQ, the very last spot on the night. And he's running top 5 right now. Love to see it. Oh, as he goes for that triple. Oh,
that triple is definitely a time saver, but every time you come over that next jump, you're just stretching for it.
Yeah, barely getting over it. Dr. Gio following him up with Zertz as well. It looked like Red was going down. Oh, Red must have missed a timing gate. Has him all the way back in 19th.
Is he? No, Red might be in 19th now.
Oh,
think he made a few
okay.
mistakes.
He must have crashed and then got back on the other side of the rhythm lane. That is on me. I apologize.
Yeah, there he is in 19th, battling back there
Yeah.
with Lloyd. Chol makes a mistake across the start straight. Unfortunately, going to fall a position to Giro there on that
Yeah.
Sure Visuals AEO. Zertz on that Vision CDS.
Oh, how about that?
SLD. Oh, and Chol gets it
Oh!
clean that time. Oh,
I don't know. I don't know about that clean. He's jumping off the track. Oh, as he's bouncing through the.
Chol has had a
Got to
few
be more
mistakes in that
smooth through
turn.
these corners.
The turn still biting him. Chol definitely showing
Yeah.
that he has the pace out here, but making a few mistakes.
Yeah,
We
for
have to
sure.
Take a look at some lap times here while we're on your camera.
Oh, how about that? Our race leader off the berm. Where is Panda? Panda goes by. Stumpy made a mistake, endoed his way all the way from the very last whoop off of the berm, and that allowed Panda of the Race GFX team, your series points leader, to get his way by. And Stumpy slotted back to the second spot. Cooper right there in the 3 spot as well. Zertz must have gone down. That allows Dr. Geo by.
These guys
they're
absolutely flying out here. I believe Panda has the top lap time right now with a 55.1.
Ooh.
Absolutely flying as he made his way up through the pack.
Yeah. Absolutely slicing and dicing right now. Is Cooper able to get by Stumpy for that 2 spot? Made a mistake coming onto the start straight. They are side by side going, about to head into the whoops right here. It's key to get the bounce like Stumpy did as he sends it down the inside and blows by him like he was standing still through those whoops.
They're making their way already into some lap traffic.
Yeah. Handy Packs must have gone down as well. He's going to lose a couple spots to Dr. Geo. And Zertz around the outside. What a pass. Oh!
These guys are absolutely battling it out. Nobody's really getting any breathing room. One mistake is seeing a tremendous difference.
Keep it on 2 wheels, boys. But like we were saying, yeah, this track is one of the toughest of the entire season from the aerial team. Stone was not very nice when he made this one. I cannot lie.
And let's jump back over to the aerial cam here. As Panda still running out front, 5 seconds over Stumpy. We see him come over that on-off section, making it clean. Cooper still running in that number 3 spot. These front 3-4 riders starting to break a little bit of a gap from the rest of the crew. As we still see Chol and that Normsco running number 5. Zertz in that 6th position. Cade in 7th. Handy Packs falling all the way back to 8th as he was our early race leader.
Yeah, and as you see, I mean, this E-Road is starting to come into effect now. We're about 10 minutes into this race, and things are starting to get chewed up. It's going to be interesting to see if these 250 riders take different lines through these rhythm sections. You see a lot of them heading to that inside after that middle rut through that corner got blown out.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting line. I know that's a little bit of a stretch to get the double out of there. I see most of the chat here is rooting on the man right here, Patron, on that Dookie.
He's making his way through the pack quite nicely. He's found his way up inside the top 10, and with 5 minutes and 55 seconds left in this main plus 1 lap, he's got plenty of time to get himself up onto the podium. I don't know if he's catching Panda, but
he can definitely give it a run. It's still 5.5 minutes and then some in this moto. Kind of just taking a look back through the crowd here. Chol still getting over that line clean. Looks like everybody is pretty much following him. As I say that, Cade makes a little mistake. Looks like, ooh, Giro's going to get around Cooper with a little mistake.
And that's your final spot on the podium. So Giro, for the Sure Visuals X AEO team, taking that final spot on the podium as he makes a mistake. Nijo caught that tough block on the triple and throws him over the bars. So Cooper back to the 3 spot. Try to run you through the rest of the field here. Chal in that 5 spot. 6th is Cade. 7th is Zertz as he's picking it up from a crash. Allows Handy Packs to get by.
Where are these guys? There's Cade.
Coming through over the
There's
wall jump right now.
Patron. Oh, Patron's
Yep.
got around Handy Packs on track.
How about that? Yeah. Must have some cuts because he's in front of Handy Packs and Zertz on track.
Ooh, Patron
As he
makes a
goes down.
mistake.
Yep.
Oh, and he makes another one.
And now he's not in front of him on track. Pick it up. Keep her smooth. Mando sitting in that 10th and final spot for the Sure Visuals team. Ford Shot, who got a good start in this main, unfortunately put it on the ground early for the Cold Hearts team. Trying to battle his way back inside the top 10.
And it's amazing
You
how
see-
close everybody still is at this point.
Yeah.
Mando,
see-
Ford Shot, Zertz still battling it out here for the top 10th position.
Yeah.
Oh, Handy Packs goes down
Oh!
hard in the whoops.
Picks it back up, though. He's going to lose 2 spots to Dr. Geo and Patron. But it's
Ooh,
going to
inside
slot
line.
on that inside, and he's going to go for the pass again.
Ooh.
Oh, he's right there. Good battle. Oh! Mando taking Ford Shot's front wheel, baby. Little rubbing his racing from the man. Don't know how intentional that was. Did not look very, but
No, I say it looks like he did grab the the tough block there, just kind of pull them to the side.
yeah. Run you through the rest of our field as they're coming through this front rhythm section as well. Webby for the Chrome Star Racing team, newly formed team. In that 13th spot, followed by Red of the Norms Co. They're about to head over the finish line. Lloydie for the Sure Visuals team. In that 15th spot, McLovin straight from that LCQ going over the bars. Taking a tumble, a little bit of a soil sample from the man. Carbon getting by him. King right there switching up from the Cowie.
Yeah, I noticed that right before the gate
Wow.
dropped. He did switch,
Yeah.
and I don't know if it was the smart move or not, as he seems to be struggling a little bit on that KTM.
Yeah, maybe just not comfortable with it. Got Mega Slab right behind him from the Rowdy Ride Company. And then Dom Binks, AMD, and Corbin are final riders here. But Panda, 15-second lead with 2 minutes left in this race. He's making contact with a couple lappers.
Just
it-
jumping up a little bit. It does look like Chol has made his way and has Cooper in his sights here. This would be a battle for 4th position.
Yeah. Oh, Cooper getting a little sketchy after the whoops, able to hang on to it. Chal is right there, though, and like we were saying, phenomenal ride from Chal to go from last spot into the main to top 5 right now. Let's see if he can hang on to it.
Andy Pax, Dr. Geo, and I believe Dom is a lapper there. Hanging right on the rear fenders.
Oh!
Dom takes Dr. Geo out.
Wow,
Runs
getting
right into
taken out by
back
the
of
lap.
him.
Yeah, getting taken out by the lap rider. No remorse from that man, Dom. He's going down. And it's interesting to see a lot of these 250 guys seem to be struggling as we saw Chal case off the top of that finish line jump.
But it looks like he did make the pass on Cooper for that number 4 spot. Joel going to try and set his sights on Giro with the Sure Visuals team for that number 3 spot on the podium there. He
Got some work to do.
yeah,
Giro's
say it.
entering the sand right now, but
I don't know if there's cuts involved here because it does only say 2 seconds, but at least what we see here, that's much more than 2.
yeah, let me get you the count right now. Yeah, Giro 6 seconds of cuts. Chal has 1 right now, so it's got to be within 5 seconds to technically make that pass. Going to be interesting to see.
And the man we haven't talked about too much is going to be our man Panda. I don't even know where he's at this point. He is, oh, there he is.
Yep.
Out in the sand, as he has already pulled a 17.5-second lead over the rest of this field. That is absolutely flying. Makes a little
it's
mistake there, but
he did not look that dominant in our heat race earlier tonight. Heat race number 2, finished third in that heat race, but I mean Cooper Webb type ride right now from Panda.
Right,
Just
and
pulling it out when it comes down to it.
Obviously made some suspension adjustments, talked to the mechanics, got things figured out, and clearly it is working for him as he goes up almost 19 seconds.
Yeah, that's insane. And he is still running 55s. Fastest lap on the night for him, a 55.1 on lap number 6. Lap number 15 we're on right now, he's running a 55.9. Insane consistency from this man for the Race GFX team. Just has it all dialed in.
Yeah, clean double-double right through the sand.
Yep.
Gonna get up and over that on-off and triple, double out. He is absolutely flying. I wasn't sure if we were gonna see any triples in.
How about?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off, but Juro has just gone down, and guess who's right there? Chawl 5-0 for the Norms Co. They're not very close on track, but in the standings, it's going to be very, very close as they cross the line. Going to be interesting to see if he can get that there for that final podium spot.
Say Cooper's still not letting Chol go too far, though.
Yeah.
Chol definitely can't let up and let Cooper catch him. We're going to be seeing as Giro's catching Chol's teammate there.
Yep.
Red on the Norms Code team as white flag does come out. Let's see if
that man Panda is coming through the final rhythm section.
Is he really
right now? 2 more corners, and he's going to get this thing done. Your series points leader, dominant already as he gives a little look back. And dominant as ever, Panda wins here in East Rutherford for the Race GFX team. Round number 6 goes to Panda.
Phenomenal ride from Panda. Like you said, did not expect that after watching that heat race from him, but obviously something clicked into this main event. As we're seeing Stumpy come across this last rhythm section, you're going to be coming in that number 2 spot.
That's a phenomenal ride for him. Yeah.
Absolutely flying out here.
Took a little break from the game and came back and finished in P2 in this SIRL Racing League lobby. Phenomenal ride from him.
Here we have Giro coming across in that number 3 spot. Are we going to see a change up here as Chol makes a little mistake?
Oh.
Cooper's right on his rear fender.
He's going to dive to the inside. Cooper cases that triple. They're going side by side.
Chol is
how about that? Handy Packs crawls his way all the way from 6th up to 4th. Those 3 riders within a half a tenth.
Wow.
4th, 5th, and 6th. Cooper gets the worst of it. Drops all the way down outside of 6th. That's crazy. Patron right there battling all the way from 22nd place up to 7th. A great ride from him. Dr. Gio coming across the line in 8th. Cated in 9th. And Mando rounding out your top 10 for the Sure Visuals team in 10th.
That was phenomenal racing. Obviously, Chol, Cooper, Handy Packs obviously staying with it that whole race. As we saw him be our early race leader, falling back. And I think sometimes we saw him back all the way into 8th, 9th position. Just stayed moving, stayed clean. And clearly because of cuts, he was able to move himself all the way up into that number 4 spot. So congratulations to these guys. Like I said, a great racing tonight. Panda really put on a clinic, putting almost 25 seconds on this field, coming from the back of the pack. Absolutely flying out here.
Made it look easy. Great race from Panda.
Stumpy as that privateer rider. Really shocked that he is a privateer. I mean, he clearly showed that he is not going to be running in the back of the pack, showing that he does belong on one of these factory rides with the rest of everyone here.
Yeah, for sure. Make sure you pick that man up. You need somebody on your team. Reach out to that man, Stumpy.
We got Panda sitting up on the finish line.
Run you through the rest of our field. We read through our top 10, but we'll run you through the rest. Ford shot 11th, Lloydie in 12th, Webby 13th, King is 14th, 15th was McLovin, straight from that LCQ, Zertz, Carbon, Red, Megaslab, Dom Dom Banks, and AMD finishing it out. Our final rider on the night, 21st place. I'm seeing if I can hop into this 450 main, maybe catch the end of it.
I was gonna say, are they still rolling or?
It looked like it. I'm thinking up right now. But appreciate all of you guys hanging out with us here tonight. Means a lot to us. 37 people.
That is awesome.
I'd love to see it.
Definitely enjoy having a crew to watch, looking over at chat as the race is going. Obviously, had a lot of Patreon supporters in there, Patron supporters.
Yeah.
He was flying. Unfortunately, not able to get it done. But just kind of scrolling through Chol.
I do have the end of the 450 race if you would like to watch. We have the very final lap.
Let's kick that on over to you there.
How about that? Chase of the Cold Hearts team was chatting it up with us in chat. And is currently leading this 450 main. Neon in second. And his title combatant, Coxie, right there, able to get by him. Let's see if they switch up at the start-finish line.
And Coxie actually in tonight is the points leader. So
yeah.
And Neon, I believe, is his rival right now in that point standing. So
yeah, and there's only, I believe, five or 4 points between them. So that move from Coxie was very important on this final lap. Let's see if he can hang on to it. Neon making a mistake in third, Caden in fourth, Max in fifth right now. But it is going to be Chase of the Cold Arts team going to take the win here in East Rutherford. Able to get it done on that Fantic for the Cold Hearts team. And how about this? Coxie must have some cuts. The two title combatants are coming through the final rhythm section.
Neon right on his rear fender.
Right there, tripling in. Triple again, single out. Coxie's going to dive to the inside. He's going to take it on track. Does he get it? He does. Wow. How about that? Coxie beating Neon to the line, and that's extremely important for our points race. Great ride from Coxie, even though we only caught the last 2 minutes of it. Able to make his way by his title combatant, and that could be very, very important later on in the season. Caden come across for the AEO team in fourth, Max in fifth. Bean in sixth. Look at Chase. All the way up to sixth. And Bean is no slot. Bean is extremely fast.
Right,
He's no slot.
Bean,
Same with Cloud.
I know Three Palms is fast. There's some big names up there that Chase, I see him from time in and out that he is one of the most consistent riders in this game. He may not be the fastest. I've seen him get outpaced before, but man, he is always there to be that number 1, number 2, number 3 spot. He is so consistent, and I got to say the same thing's probably going to go with Coxie as well. We've actually seen him almost take moto wins or main wins and be the 11th fastest rider on that track. So definitely consistency is most definitely key when it comes to some of these races. And obviously when you're chasing a championship, just staying up into that top 3 is going to give you a huge advantage of taking that overall.
Yeah, Ryan Dungy-esque for that man, Coxie. I don't think he's won a race yet, right?
No, I don't believe
so. And still has that series points lead in the 450 class, as we've seen riders come and go throughout the series, but Coxie's been there almost each and every week and making it work with those consistent results.
Yeah, no, that was awesome that we were able to catch that last lap. Obviously being able to watch Chase cross that finish line and the battle between Coxie and Neon is just going to continue as we get through these rounds and starting to narrow down on the end of this series. I believe there's 17 rounds, so we got 4 more? 3 more?
Yeah. 4 more after this one. Or sorry, no, 3 more after this one. So can't do math apparently. Run you through the rest. Cloud, Three Palms, Wheels, Ben from the Resolve GFX team, Ocean, Shim, Parker, Cheesy, Reed in the 15th spot, GGRN in the 16th, Pine Trees in the 17th, Austin Crank in the 18th, and it's going to be your final finisher on the night. Getting it done.
Getting rated here, actually. What up, Chase? How we doing, brother? We were just commenting on you. Congratulations on that moto win, or on the main win, I should say. That was we actually were able to catch that last lap, kind of watch you cross that finish line, almost a 30-second lead over those other guys. But definitely a big congratulations to everybody that is listening. If you guys do want to, we do have a podium. If you guys want to jump up on the podium, we can definitely have some conversations, see how things went. I believe who was at least our top 3 in 250s tonight. Who did we have? Oh, hold on a second. I'm still having issues with where this is pulling from. There we go. That should work.
Hop over to our main event. Yeah, Panda, Stumpy, and Juro, our top 3 from that 250 race.
Yeah, so if you guys are around, definitely jump into the Discord. I'll see if I can post a link into SIRL, see if you guys want to kind of shout anybody out, take us through the race.
Mm-hmm. And if you're coming over from Chase's channel, make sure you drop a follow and catch the racing action here on these Sunday nights. Want to see most of you guys stick around as we got 47 people. Appreciate all the support, you guys, for hanging out with us here on these Sunday nights and just enjoying it as much as we do.
All right. Shot that out there. We're still sitting at 46 people in here. The guys over on the 450 class, obviously we weren't able to watch it until that last final lap. Was there any good battles, anything that kind of stuck out? I know Chase over there did have his stream up. I'd love to kind of hear from that side if how things went. Stumpy saying I let Panda win, to be honest.
Yeah, and Chase going from when the day the OEMs dropped, you could not convince that man that they were good. He absolutely hated them. So it's good to see they're growing on him. It's important for him to stick around.
And actually, did look like I think Chase did comment. Yeah, me and Coxie battled for the first 7 minutes, wheel to wheel. Being bodied by lappers. Good race, Chase. Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing too to announce right now. Pressure just released this. We are going to be starting a half an hour early for round 14 and round 17. So our finale 250s are going to start a half an hour early, and that allows us to commentate both classes and both motos. So make sure you guys remember that. Keep an eye on it.
I was going to say, definitely make sure that you are staying on top of that for everybody that that has this set on their calendar, on their phones. Definitely make sure to set that 30 minutes early. You don't want to miss qualifying. Obviously, if you're in that points chase, you do not want to miss out. And obviously, the coverage from us. If you want to see your name up there, you want to see you racing, we try and cover as much of the race as we possibly can, run through the list. definitely make sure that you're signed up for these races and that you're actually jumping in. I don't think anybody's gonna be joining up on the podium tonight. But I guess kind of just final conclusions. Obviously, thank you everybody that's been hanging out in the chat with us. Love to see the chat blowing up. Love the interaction from you guys. I try and stay on top of the chat as much as I can. Additionally to that, the main guys, obviously Bryce with the AB Customs crew, Dean, the man, Speed Photography, Normsco, all you guys, thank you so much for the subscriptions and the gifted. Like I said, you guys are the ones that are going to keep us up and running and just kind of continue to provide some better streams, better entertainment. Obviously the goal is to keep growing this channel, build this into a big platform where we can bring pretty much all of MXB racing, like we had talked about earlier. MTG, if we can get involved with that, definitely going to be trying to get my foot in the door on that side as well. Big shout out to Bev. Obviously, love having you in the booth, man. You make it so much more interesting. And
hey, you make it easy for me. That's doing everything hard behind the scenes. I just sit here and yap. So Chase, appreciate you.
Chase said, "Where do I join?" Maybe we can get a few words from Chase. Let's see here. Oh, he's down in SIRL. Chase, if you want to join up, I believe Dean just put the Discord link into chat. If you want to join that, hop into the podium voice channel and bring you in here. I would jump over to the SIRL side, but I have all of my stuff set up to be pointed a specific way. I guess while we're kind of hanging out here waiting to see. Oh, there he is. All right, yeah, let's bring Chase on in. Obviously, our 450 main winner. Let's hear a few words from him.
Yo,
what is going on, brother? How we doing tonight?
Good, man.
Good.
Finally in a good mood playing MX bikes.
No, I definitely, as we were saying earlier, we streamed the 250 class tonight. We're able to jump over and catch that last lap of that 450 main. At that point, you were already 30 seconds ahead. Obviously, being able to put on a pretty dominant performance there. I know you had mentioned that you and Coxie were battling it out for quite a while. Take us through the race. Anything that really jumped out to you? Things that were notable?
Yeah, honestly, huge shout out to Coxie. It was pretty clean battle for the most part. A couple things, but that was mostly like rider error and not just like him losing a chromosome midway through the battle. Honestly, the only reason I won that race and was able to gap everybody is nobody figured out right before the finish if you take inside instead and go double, triple, double instead of trying to triple in every time, you gain so much time. I was gaining like a second or 2 seconds a lap for like the first 10 minutes. And nobody took that line, so I had no E-road either. So I literally just took it the whole time and never crashed.
Wow.
Huh,
I mean,
yeah,
able to make it work for you. And yeah, like you were saying, especially with these new bikes and the new E-road, it makes it tough to hit the lines consistently. So if you can find something that's smooth, like you were saying, absolutely.
Yeah,
Key.
I was playing with the DDC guys a while back in my Deddy, like 2 or 3 days ago. Like going back and forth, learned that like you can actually double in now and it's viable at this point. Because you can't just go like quad, quad, quad all the way through. Like 450s can't hit big lines anymore. So you can like double, triple, and it's like even. So you can have really good battles or take alternate lines like I did. Because nobody took my line, so it had 0 E-road the whole time.
Yeah, and I agree completely too. I think these new OEMs definitely make it a lot closer racing. Make you take different lines, force you to avoid the E-road. So, anything else besides that? Anybody you want to thank here tonight for this win?
Big shout out to the Cold Hearts crew for the insane warm up we had today on this track, warming up on Supermarket together. That really helped. Bit of a team bonding session there before we joined quali.
Love to see it.
And then CBS suspension on top, as always. Won a ship last year. Join the Cold Hearts Accord if you want that business. And that's pretty much it.
Love to
man.
see it. Well, congrats, man, on the win, and let's see if you can top it up next week.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks, brother. Awesome. Yeah, always good to hear from the top guys. I said Chase, he's been one of the most consistent riders that I think I've ever really watched, and he's definitely shown it. Definitely excited to see him kind of continue throughout this season, trying to put his name up there at the top of the box. Obviously, next week the goal is to be able to watch both main events. I don't know how we're gonna set up the heat races and things of that nature, but I think the goal is to be able to watch the 250 main and then watch the 450s shortly after, or vice versa. But no, definitely excited for that. Once again, thank you to everybody for tuning in. Thanks for like I said, for shooting all those subscriptions, for hanging out with us. If you're not following, make sure you hit that follow button. Don't want to miss out on any of the MXB action that we're covering. We do stream Sunday nights, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So make sure you check out the list. Make sure you're taking a look at the Discord, or in my Twitch. You can see my schedule that I have. Make sure you're hopping into those races and joining us. Other than that, thanks, everybody. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and we'll be talking soon. See you.
Peace.